everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's more Sea of Thieves info for you today, and this is the patch notes for 1.0.6. So I'm going to go as quickly as I can. We've got a whole new lot of customizations to the regional stock. Shopkeepers in different regions now only stock certain set items due to mistimed deliveries. Striker pose, we've expanded our clove range to include the Executive Admiral, Grand Admiral, Rotten Beige Rat, Castaway Beige Rat, Corsair Steve Dog, Ruffian Sea Dog and Imperial Sovereign sets. Ship shape, multiple sets of ship cosmetics have now been added to the shipwright stock. You can now purchase and equip the Grand Admiral, Castaway Beige or Bile Rat, Ruffian Sea Dog, Imperial Sovereign ship. You've also got some of the weapons are now available also in Grand Admiral, Castaway Beige Rat, Ruffian Sea Dog and Imperial Sovereign weapons. So that's all the new customizations. I previously spoke about the launch crew Eye of Reach, which is currently 1 gold, and it should actually still be on my thing there. As you can see, there we go. Have that. So there you go, that's the one that you can pick up at any armory. You'll be able to get that for 1 gold. It's only there for 2 weeks. We've got some updates. There's a tutorial in vulnerability. Players are no longer invulnerable during parts of the tutorial when first launching the game. A lot of people complained that some of the people, when they got to an outpost, they couldn't kill them. That's because they just started the game brand new and they were invulnerable. They've now fixed that. Skeleton's accuracy. This is quite important, I suppose. When shooting cannons from the island at long distances, skeleton accuracy has been reduced. So when you go into a skeleton fort, for example, or when you approach an island, they're not going to be as accurate as they were previous. I mean, especially on a skeleton fort, it was just ridiculous. Nearly every cannon hits you. And they've said, we read your feedback, that it was a little bit extreme. Hashtag SkellyOP. Merchant voyages. It is no longer possible to force merchant voyages to request delivery to a specific outpost. Now you'll have to earn your cheddar. There was a glitch at the moment where people would just go and get loads of gold snakes, loads of gold chickens. One of the crew members would sit at the outpost and then the rest of the crew members would then go to the opposite outpost and just keep forcing the missions through till it was that outpost. They accept it and then they hand it in, and it was just cheesing it out. That's now been patched completely. I kind of expected that to happen, and it does appear. I've just picked up a merchant. As you can see, it looks like they've even nerfed the gold items just to compensate it for it, which I said they would do, because at the end of the day people have been cheating. They need control of the in-game currency, so now everyone else suffers. So thanks very much for the people that exploited that glitch. Next up, sneaky climbing. They removed the bell. The bell was here on the side, and now they put it at the back, because what was happening is you would climb your ladder and you would set the bell off, which obviously other crew members or other ships could hear. So they've done that to make it a little bit more accessible. Rebinding to the F key will no longer soft lock the reticle. That's for PC only. Stow and disengage can now be rebound to the same button on the controller. Incorrect company icons will no longer be displayed for a split second if trying to get reputation from 2 different trading companies. Apparently they did that last patch, but obviously they didn't. Joining a dead player whose ship is parked at an active skeleton fort will no longer prevent the joining player's radicals from being opened. If you didn't know what that was, that is this. Hunter of Cursed Crews and Hunter of Fort Schools commendations now track. So let's go and check that out. It is this one here, which unfortunately they haven't backtracked, so you're going to have to start from the beginning. But it's this one here, and it is also that one there. And I have only done 8, so that's the reason why that's still locked. But these two now, they were broken. They now should be tracking the data. So when you're doing your skeleton forts from now on, you should actually get progression for those 2 commendations. Voyage inventory message is now translated when there are no voyages in the inventory. You briefly see it. Oh yeah, I didn't pick up a mission. It basically put a message on there now. Looted items can no longer be dropped behind the captain's table on the small ship when trying to place them on the table. That's important. Shipwrecks now cast shadows on the deck. Musical instruments can now be used immediately after interacting with parts of the ship. Half VSync option now works as intended. That's PC only. and resolved an issue which would cause players to fail to migrate and remain on low populated servers. Yeah, we've been noticing that lately actually, because we've been playing and it just seems to be only like a couple of ships, maybe one galleon, one sloop. It's been happening quite a lot, so now the servers are going to properly migrate again. They've got a few performance improvements. Repetitive actions from players will no longer impact the network stability for other players, so that's what's been causing a lot of lag if you've been playing this lately. It's been really terrible, but hopefully now that's fixed. Frame rate lock option is no longer disabled when VSync is enabled. Significant reduction in the time taken to return from the ferry of the dam, that's good. It did take a little longer to get it, so they've reduced the time. Images in all chests now load gracefully when browsing, and multiple server crashes have been fixed. The same known issues are still in play. Some people's downloadable content hasn't been showing up still. They are working on it. Some of the pirates customizations are not loading up, and also the in-game delayed achievements and commendations from the in-game actions are also still a problem which they know about, and they're working on a permanent fix for this and will recredit the people back once they've earned them, so don't worry too much about that. But they did fix the captain chest one. You have to steal a captain's chest from another crew's ship and then sell it. That is now completely fixed. So there we go, that is the patch notes for 1.0.6. hopefully it's been helpful for you, although you can just read it in the forums, but some people don't have time. Some steady improvements, a few customizations is what people were asking for, so that's nice. And then I think the tracking of the fort schools and the skeleton crews is a pretty good one to fix as well. And don't forget to pick up your one gold coin launch crew Eye of Reach skin as well. So there you go, let me know what you think about these updates or patch notes in the comment section. And that's it for today, so thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and have a great rest of the day.